Hey guys, welcome back to Tiny House Customs. I'm Dan, and in today's video I'm going to show you how I added 2 windows into a pre-existing wall. So let's get started. I'm also going to temporarily install an air conditioner in here until I have money saved up for the split air duct or whatever it's called. Split something? It's something split. I don't know what it is, but so anyways, I need to frame out an opening for my air conditioner as well. And so I'm just going to make it the same size as that above. So up here is going to be my bathroom. I didn't frame a window in here because I wasn't sure where my shower was going at the time, and I didn't know what height and what size to make it. So I know now that my shower is going to be in this corner because of the ceiling height. It needs to be over there. So I know I can put a window in right here. Now I'm not sure exactly where I want to put it side to side, but I know I want it in between these 2 studs. So what I can do now is I can add in some jacks here and put a header up there and put a sill, and then I can always add blocks to put the window exactly where I want it side to side. I won't cut the plywood out. And then also I'm going to have a temporary air conditioner hole put in right here too, so I can put my air conditioner in there. So the first thing I can do is cut a header that's going to go from this stud to this stud, and I'll put it in place. I'll cut these out, I'll put it in place, and then I'll install jacks, and I'll cut these down to the correct length and put a sill in there. So I'm going to make this window the same as my my bedroom windows and my kitchen windows, and I know from the top plate to the bottom of the sill is 27 inches. So if I just take my tape measure and I butt in there and I mark 27 inches on these 2 studs, I know it needs to get cut right there. Then I just took my speed square and I placed it on that mark and I squared that across. Then I'll take my Sawzall and I'll cut this across, and I'll separate the plywood from the stud and also from the top plate. Now if you didn't use glue, it'd be real easy to take this off, but I used glue. Sorry for the camera work, but that's all we got. So I already cut my headers to fit in there. So now I just have to add a jack to the bottom of this, and then I can cut my sill and put it in here. I gotta fix that though. That's hideous. Just gonna fix that. I'm also gonna put that AC unit in here, and I'm just gonna make it. I don't know what I'm gonna make it. Do I make it custom for it, or do I go bigger? I'm just gonna match this window opening, and I'll shrink it down to fit. So right now I'm just gonna get the top of the header, which is 35 3/4. I'll mark that right here. To start making this cut, you could use a circular saw and cut it here. It'll go almost halfway through it, and it might make your Sawzall cut a little straighter.
I saw your face painted on the wall, shapeless in space, colorless and small. I remember subdued. I spent the day haunted by your.
I'll just clean up these nails so there's no debris in my way. When you're cutting nails, if you're having a hard time, just bend it towards the blade. It'll cut a lot easier. I can put this header in.
You're all faded and brown. You're just namelessly hung on the tip of my tongue in a silent remark.
I want to make sure the header is sitting up tight to that cut that I made. As tight as I can get it. Sometimes a couple toenails.
Just a whisper of steam on the crest of a dream while I walk in the dark. You're a memory now.
So now that I have both headers nailed in, I can cut the jacks. Now one thing I forgot to mention is that if this is a load-bearing wall, if there's a lot of weight on it, you would need to support the weight. Since it's not, it is a load-bearing wall technically. I mean, it's not really because of the gable ends carrying the weight to the outsides. 28 3/4. I want to make sure this whole area is clean so I don't have any sawdust or chunks of metal in the way. So I placed that jack in. I cut it a little long because I had a little gap. I wanted to lift up just a little bit. Now this jack that's going to support that header can sit on top of this because that weight will just get transferred all the way down. So I can measure these, 75.5. Makes sense. Now there's some glue right here from when I put this piece of plywood on. I want to get rid of that because it's not going to move. Now all I have left to do for this window is to put a sill in. 41 inches. Shit was ugly. Will you stay up there, please? So now that window height is the same as these 6 other windows. I'll just have to change the size for the width. And then you might want to also add in an extra cripple on both sides since these are so far away from it. Generally though, if there's 2, it should be fine. You're not looking at a lot of weight from a window, depending what kind of windows you use. That window's done. Now I just need to frame this out. So I decided I'm just going to make this sill the same height as this window right here. This is going to be facing, I believe, south, so the sun's going to be rising right here. So if I do have a window here, it'd be kind of nice having the sun come in the morning maybe. Or I hate the sunlight days, I can put my curtain down. I don't know. So I cut some cripples the same length as those. I'm just going to nail those in. Now I just got to remember when I go on the outside and start doing the trim and the siding, I got to remember I got to back nail the plywood that's behind both headers and back nail along the sill, as well as these new cripples I installed. And maybe a couple more on the jacks. Also, I made sure I nailed this cripple down to the header, but everything's all nailed up. That project took me about 45 minutes. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you liked the video and you felt it was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you leave a comment down below letting me know what you thought. And if you'd like to show your support for Tiny House Custom, click right up there and show me some love. Thanks so much for watching, guys.